On behalf of the Center for Peace, Justice, and Reconciliation, we are so happy that Sato Moughalian is with us tonight. She will be talking about her journey since 2007, visiting countries Turkey, France, Palestine, Israel, I think others, in doing research. Sato has done what we all wish we could do, which is tell our grandparents' story. She really did it. And we're happy that she's going to be with us tonight. This is her first book, but not her first artistic endeavor. She's a professional flautist, and she's recorded many CDs. We'll be hearing more about that. We're really happy she's here.
I'm always puzzled. 100 years after the genocide, and we see a new generation that is coming from nowhere and giving us these books and this information that has been lying dormant for so many centuries. What do you make out of this?
I really see this as part of our generational trauma, where the children of the survivors were raised by people who, what we would call today PTSD. And so they were just trying to figure out their own lives, develop their own careers, and feed their families. It's the 3G, the third generation of Armenian genocide survivors, Sato and myself and many of us others, that we don't have that same painful link that our parents did. So we can explore some of these topics, unlike previous generations, with a buffer of a generation between us. And as we lose our parents and we lose our grandparents, and we lose our parents, we realize how important it is to preserve and to document and to archive what has been left to us. We can no longer take it for granted.
I guess you had a chance to talk to Sato. How much did you know about the ceramics in Jerusalem, and what did you learn as a result of arranging for tonight's event?
Well, I met Sato actually on the footsteps of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, walking into the Met exhibit. So we are recent friends. I knew of her name. I knew that she was a flautist, but I did not know about this book until someone told me about it. What I knew about the Jerusalem ceramics is that every Armenian friend who has been to Jerusalem always brings back a piece of ceramics that says Asfaz Bahe Merduna, or there's a ceramic of High Med. So we do have several in our houses. Did I know the history? I did not. I haven't read Sato's book yet. I just got my copy today. I'm going to read it. Oh, this one is a little ripped on top. I'm eagerly awaiting to read this and really find out more about this history. I'm very excited to learn more about it.
You know, it's also nice that you have brought together a couple organizations that can co-sponsor. Could you tell us which organizations co-sponsor tonight?
I'm Center for Peace, Justice, and Reconciliation of Bergen Community College is always eager to partner with other organizations. Tonight we've partnered with the Tekeyan Cultural Association of the New York metro area, as well as the Armenian International Women's Association, New Jersey affiliate, and our local Daughters of Artan chapter. Partnering together is power together. 1 + 1 can equal 3. When you partner together, you can exponentially impact our the community and reach out to more people.
This was like the best audience in the world. So many people had been to Jerusalem. So many people had touched and possessed Armenian ceramics and are helping to keep it as a living art form, as a thriving art form. And I took tremendous pride in having the opportunity to connect.
Why did you write the book?
Well, 2 reasons. One was to correct the record on my grandfather and to have a complete record of his work in Kütahya, his journey to Jerusalem through horrific conditions, and then the art that he founded there. And then equally, I needed to know who I was and where I came from and where my own impulses toward art stem from. Now I have a better sense.
You know, you did not comment about your mom's talent, Sato Moughalian. Tell us something about your mom.
Yeah, she was an amazing poet herself. Mm-hmm. She loved words, she loved literature, and she shared that with me. And she did a monumentally important thing for all, for Armenian in an Armenian family, which was to transcribe all the stories of oral tradition that had been passed down to her. And she left that as a gift to all 14 of her nieces and nephews, and her son and her daughter, and I'm so grateful to her. Throughout my life, I've been fascinated by the way we pass down our cultures. Our cultures are the things that we learn, that we pass along. In my family, it was the ceramic tradition, but other families have many other artistic traditions, because Armenians, especially in Ottoman Anatolia, were renowned for copperwork, shoemakers, you know. I mean, they raised certain things to an art form like barbering. And I was just very curious to know who had preserved some of those things in their family, or the knowledge of them.
I was going to raise my hand saying my grandma left a lot of needlework.
Yeah.
Is that something you would consider as an art that has come down?
Absolutely.
A fascinating needlework. How would they do it? I still don't know how they sat and did it.
That's right. How they sat and did it, how they conceptualized it, how they planned it, you know, how they found the materials, how they dyed the wools and the cottons. You know, there's so many steps involved that we don't think about, because these things were all made from scratch. Of course, silk growing in Western Anatolia was one of the principal Armenian trades, crafts, you know, raising the silkworm and producing the silk threads and the fabrics.
You know, there was so much geometry in the work your grandpa had produced. It's like a combination of geometry, architecture,
And chemistry.
What was in his background? Was it just God-given talent, or?
He was very gifted in mathematics. And you know, this huge Sledmere project, I saw all the architectural drawings and his notes on them. The whole thing was done remotely. He never set foot in that place. He visualized, he planned, he calculated. For the Rockefeller, the tiled niche, evidently he spent months and months with tracing paper on the dining room table calculating how to make these patterns align with each other in this multi-dimensional space. So the curator of the museum and one of the Israeli art historians who especially researched Ohanessian and Jerusalem ceramics are organizing an exhibit in commemoration of the centenary of the founding of Armenian Jerusalem ceramics in 1919. So all the families who are there will participate. The museum is commissioning new works from the families, and they're, you know, looking at the whole 100-year history of the art.